In this video we're going to analyze the fight between Luffy and Katakuri in the last chapter and some aspects of the overall fight, and a speculation on the result of this fight. First and foremost, this chapter 893 was, in my opinion, one of the most incredible chapters in the whole Cake Island, and a great setup for what I think is going to be the most iconic fight in One Piece since Rob Lucci vs. Luffy, and similar when it comes to the power gap between the two as it might be none in the next chapters. The fight overall had weird moments, like when Katakuri was desperate to eat his Miranda and didn't make sure that Luffy was defeated or dead, and when Luffy run out of gear fourth and Oda put Brule easily in front of him, as lucky as he is to serve him as a tool to gain some time and recharge his Haki. The Miranda was part of Katakuri's overall character, and at that time it was somewhat a negligence of the danger that Luffy represents to him. But between these two moments Luffy did get a true idea of what truly makes Katakuri a formidable opponent, as it's not his very good use of his devil fruit and not his armament Haki power-up, as those two are phenomenal. However, it's his never ever mentioned before level of observation Haki in the series. And the proof is when Katakuri was disturbed and wasn't concentrating enough to use his advanced observation Haki, he was an easy target to Luffy in Gear 4th. And Katakuri's defenses weren't enough to block entirely the attacks, and he did take some damage. Nevertheless, Luffy seemed too much confident at that moment that Gear 4th won't lose against Katakuri. But as soon as Katakuri regained his calm, and with that his advanced observation Haki was regained too, Luffy even in Gear 4th couldn't land a hit on Katakuri from what we've seen. So the major difference in power between the two is Katakuri's good observation Haki and not something else, because without it, or when Luffy will attain the same level of sight with his observation Haki as Katakuri's, the fight will resemble the beginnings of Luffy's transformation to Gear 4th while Katakuri lacked his advanced observation Haki. And I think Luffy's Gear 4th in raw power and physical strength is superior to Katakuri's, that if Katakuri doesn't show a new transformation that makes him stronger, for example, with his devil fruit, just like Luffy when he uses his gears with his rubberiness. I think obviously in the first case, when Luffy gets the same observation Haki as Katakuri, the fight will still be very difficult, but in favor of Luffy as his overall strength and speed overwhelmed Katakuri when his advanced observation Haki is not efficient. However, if Katakuri still has things up his sleeve, the fight will get even between the two, and it will be, in my opinion, similar in a way with the fight of Luffy and Rob Lucci. In that case the fight will be based on endurance and stamina, that of course will include Haki in the equation. And if you noticed, Luffy seemed very vigilant as not to use Gear 4th again, as it has a huge drawback, until of course his observation Haki booms and becomes good enough to rival Katakuri's. Then of course at that moment Luffy will use Gear 4th, but the question is, will he use Bounce Man or another not yet seen form of Gear 4th, or maybe even a Gear 5, though the Tank Man instead seems to not be a good option in this fight. If Luffy is going to use some new form, I would like him to use an even lighter form of Gear 4th with less muscle balloon. That will make him extremely faster to overcome Katakuri's observation Haki, as I think Luffy's observation Haki evolution during the fight will not match Katakuri's in this fight, but will get closer, and the speed increase will make sure that even when Katakuri sees the attacks it will be too late, as Luffy's speed will not allow him to react and avoid his attacks the way he did with his devil fruit. Luffy is a very smart fighter. I wouldn't be surprised if he does get the same level of observation Haki as Katakuri, as Katakuri said himself in the chapter 892 that it's a very low chance. But the combination of getting a better level of observation Haki, but not the same as Katakuri's, and being faster than Gear 4th Bounce Man will allow Luffy, in my opinion, to defeat Katakuri, or at least a draw in the fight. I hope you enjoyed the video. Rate the video, leave a comment to tell me what you think. If you're new to the channel, then check out some of my other videos and subscribe accordingly. Thanks for watching.